Today, I want to share a harsh truth about your coworkers, and that is that they are not your friends. Now, there are some exceptions to this, and we'll talk about that at the end. It is very easy to get friendly with people. You know them for a long time, you work together all the time, things are going great, you go out for drinks after work, you hang out at holiday parties. But what happens when project goes bad? Something happened, client's upset, things got screwed up, and the big boss is coming from upstairs and he's about to, kick some butt. What happens then? This is where all that supposed friendship ends. People are going to point at each other saying, no, he screwed up, no, he screwed up, no, he did that, this was their responsibility to do, and they are going to prioritize their job first before your friendship. Even though you thought this is the best person ever, they're so honest, they're so great, that so and so, they're going to push you under a bus in no time at all if they think their job is in jeopardy in any way. And it may be hard to blame them for it. They're there for work first. Whatever relationship they've developed with other people after they started working at a company is kind of secondary. They are there to get paid and to maintain an employment. So it is a little difficult to blame them for it, but that in no way justifies lying or putting blame on someone else when they're not guilty of it. So keep that in mind. But if we frame it in that way, then it could be understood that employees are there for a job first and any kind of friendly relationship second. So I was reading this interesting story about a manager who hired this person. So he hired this girl to add to a team of like 10 or more people. And she was really new. She just kind of got into the industry, and he's been working with her for a long time. He's been training her from the beginning, staying late, like putting all his effort into her, giving her like interesting projects, making sure she learns. And after weeks or maybe months, of teaching her and staying late and coaching her and doing all these things, she goes to human resources and accuses him of being a racist. And that manager was absolutely devastated. He was just, like a gut punch. He put whole heart into training her and helping that person. And she would just turn on him and go and report him as a racist. And he doesn't know what happened. Maybe he said something somewhere that he didn't realize. No one really knows, but that's what she did. She reported him as being a racist, and then she requested to be switched to a different department, which it was approved, and she went to work to a different department in the company. And even long time after the incident, that manager still feels like he's been betrayed. He put all the effort into this person only for them to basically just stab him in the back. Maybe there was a point where he said something that maybe he made a joke or maybe something else, but there was nothing that he thinks would have been warranted to put a complaint to human resources. Now, the only thing I could think of, what if the person actually wanted to be transferred to another department, and accusing her boss of being a racist would have made that easier, because if she would just apply this, say, oh, no, you're good. But if she files a complaint with HR, and now it's like, oh, this woman is being harassed, something. Now, when she has to be transferred, they'll be like, oh, well, okay, if we just approve the transfer, we can make all these problems go away. So that could have been a really jerk move on her part. And so there are situations like this, or problems with projects where a blame needs to be assigned. All these things will get in the way of a friendship, because people will always value employment first. Now, for the exceptions, there are people who do have integrity and who will not say, oh no, it was their fault. Some people will say, hey, you know what? I screwed up, my mistake. We're not going to pass the blame around. People who do have integrity, who are in the higher positions, who not just afraid for their job. And also people who may have been friends before they started working together. That, of course, is another exception where, situations I've been in. I hired friends and I hired family members to work in lead support, and I have their full trust that they would get my back if something ever to go wrong. So that's my take on the matter. Treat your coworkers for who they are. They're your coworkers. Go out with them, have drinks, have fun, enjoy working together. But just don't expect them to treat your relationship with you more than their value for their job. That's it for this one. Don't forget to follow on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you on another video.